All right, we're on to page 7 of Tradition of Excellence, number 7, Deep Breaths. Now this one adds a new instrument in there. It's the suspended cymbal with yarn mallet. In future videos, that's something we can talk about, but for now, we'll be concentrating on the snare drum part, which is the third line down. Okay, Deep Breaths, number 7. Number 8 is called Rhythm Time, and there's a couple of new things in here. Half notes and whole notes. So far we've been sticking to quarter notes and quarter rests. In this one, we'll have half notes and half rests and whole notes. Half notes get 2 beats, whole notes get 4 beats. Now because we're playing these on snare drum, there's going to be a fair amount of space between each note, but it's important to keep counting through the longer notes, the half notes and the whole notes, so you can stay with the rest of the band. All right, number 8. All right, number 9, half note rock. And this one adds the bass drum part, which is underneath the snare drum part. So for now, we're just going to be worrying about the snare drum part, which is the third space up from the bottom on the clef. All right, we're on to number 10, Sight Reading Challenge, Steppin'. Now this one has a little bit of everything that we've done so far, quarter notes, quarter rests, and there's some accents in there too, and I'll do my best to make sure that you can tell which notes are the accents. Number 11, El Camino Mariachi, is a duet. Now there are 2 snare drum parts, and one is played traditionally with the snares on, like we've been doing so far, and the other is played with the snares off, which I'll show you in a moment. I'm going to play through the top part, which is part A, with the snares on, then I'll go back and turn the snares off and play it that way. All right, this is part A. Now I'm going to play part B. Now this one, it says with the snares off. Now the snare drum has this lever which releases the snares from the bottom head. So instead of getting the snare drum sound like this, it will have a snares off sound like this. So I'll play part B. This one starts with 4 beats it's a whole rest in that measure. So I will count through that. So if you want to play along with this, and you could play the snare drum part and follow along with the snares off part, or you can go back to part A and play the snares off part with that. But I'll start off, and there'll be 4 beats of rest before I come into the snare part off. right, on to number 12, snares back on. This one's called Cuckoo. All right, that's the end of page 7, Tradition of Excellence.